stop that. That was a good run. Hey. Oh, saw a Rumble today. You know what that means. Welcome everybody, and it's Royal Rumble Sunday. Well, for those who ain't wrestling fans, Royal Rumble is basically the start of the road to WrestleMania, which is the huge event of the year where major storylines are concluded at WrestleMania, and then it's reset. If that makes sense, probably doesn't. So the Royal Rumble is basically a 30-man battle royale where two men start the ring, and every 90 seconds after that, or it could be a minute, it's probably 90 seconds now, a new person will come in, and the goal is at the end to throw the last person over, and you become the sole survivor, and you move on to WrestleMania to fight the champion of your choice. But now, because of everything being awesome, there is two Royal Rumble matches. The Women's Royal Rumble, Men's Royal Rumble. Which is funny because this will be the fourth Women's Royal Rumble, and the Royal Rumble's been around for, I want to say, coming up to 30 odd years. So, equality, finally. So yeah, so I'm going to quickly talk about my little predictions and go over the match card. So, the matches that have been announced so far, because I'm literally recording this day of, are the Women's SmackDown Championship match between Sasha Banks, who's the champion, and Carmella. I like Carmella a lot. I like Sasha Banks as well. I think they're both great. But I believe Sasha is going to retain. There'll be a bit of shenanigans, but she's going to retain and keep that woman's title. I reckon all the way to WrestleMania. Or at least Elimination Chamber, which is like 2 pay-per-views before WrestleMania. And then we got the Women's Tag Team Championship match, which is the champions Asuka and Charlotte Flair facing Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. Okay, this could set up for one or two things. This could be the split between Asuka and Charlotte, which may fuel their match maybe going into WrestleMania. Who knows? Or they stick together, and this could be the dissension of Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax, which I don't want them to break up because I think they're pretty cool. So I'm going to go with Shayna and Nia winning and getting the titles back. And then we've got the WWE Championship match, which is Drew McIntyre versus Goldberg. Yeah, so Goldberg's back yet again. This match, I don't know. I'm not really guaranteed on who's going to win. I want Drew to win because Drew's the young Scotsman. You know, he's been a fighting champion. He's been doing very good lately. But then you got Goldberg, who whenever he comes back, he wins titles. And he's like 55 years old at this point. No, knock on people 55 years old, but you're not the safest worker anymore. You know, you need to kill The Undertaker. Your match with Braun Strowman last year at WrestleMania was a bit meh. But I want to say Drew, but someone's telling me that Goldberg's going to win. Which, yeah, I can really see it happening, and I'm not really happy about it. But, hey, it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, so that's the least match I look forward to, because I know it's going to be about less than 5 minutes, because Goldberg can't go more than 5 minutes. Even in his prime, he couldn't go more than 5 minutes. He was Jackhammer, Spear, Jackhammer, boom. But we'll see. Then, either one of these two is going to start off the Rumble, I reckon. Because they're both going to be over an hour long. The Women's Royal Rumble or the Men's Royal Rumble. I'm going to go with the Women's one probably starting it. And I reckon Bayley's going to win, which is going to set up her match with Sasha Banks at WrestleMania. She's the only woman I really can see winning. There's no other women really, but this is where they could bring an underdog in. Like, Ronda Rousey could come back. I doubt it, but she could. Or Becky Lynch. But Becky Lynch, she could come back. She could come back. Yeah, she did have a baby like a month or 2 ago, but I don't think it's wise for her to come back yet. So my pick for that is Bayley. Also forgot to say the Universal Championship match between the Tribal Chief, who I'm wearing one of his old t-shirts, Roman Reigns, who's champion, versus Kevin Owens in a last man standing match. This match I'm really looking forward to. It's going to be insane. They're both at the top of the game right now, and they both like each other, so they work well together. I reckon though that it will be Roman Reigns. Obviously he's going to win because he ain't losing that title for ages, because the run he's on in the moment, it makes sense for him to be champion for a long time, and then the ultimate downfall will come, and then he'll lose his title and be more epic when it happens. So Roman's going to win, but there's going to be so much shenanigans. Paul Heyman's going to interfere. Jey Uso's going to interfere. Maybe even Jimmy might come back. Who knows, man? It's the match I'm looking forward to the most. So hopefully this is a barn burner. And then we got the Males Royal Rumble match. This one's going to be quite interesting because it got announced this morning that Edge and Randy Orton are going to be number 1 and 2. And a lot of people reckon Edge is going to win, which I'll be happy with because Edge is like one of my favourite wrestlers of all time. But I don't think Randy will win because he's got his whole thing, The Fiend. I reckon The Fiend's going to have something to do with him getting eliminated. And I think The Fiend's going to end. He's going to be in the Royal Rumble. It's going to be some crazy light show stuff. So that's going to be pretty cool. But I think either Edge, Daniel Bryan, or maybe Big E might win the Men's Royal Rumble. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to stay up and watch it. And it's going to be great. If it's anything like last year's Royal Rumble, it'll be awesome. Even Brock Lesnar might come back. Then you got a sort of built-in story of him versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. But I think they're leading to Daniel Bryan or Big E doing it. Or even Shinsuke again. But story-wise, yeah, it's going to be someone from SmackDown's going to win the Royal Rumble. People on Raw have nothing, really. So yeah, that's my quick review of the Royal Rumble match. Hope you all enjoy. Let me know what you lot think if you watch it as well. And you'll hear my thoughts on it if you listen to my podcast on a Thursday when me and my friend be talking about it. But anyways, thank you all and catch you next time. I don't know why I tried off like that. Peace.